Hello everyone, this is Magnum Pi. We are Initiative Zero. With me tonight, as always, is Dark Templar of Holle, Teku, and Golgotha. And this is the Second City Chronicle, Chapter 3 of the first story of Mice and Men. Big thank you to all of our new subscribers. We really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us and listening to our show, watching our show, all the things that go into you being here with us. We do appreciate those likes. If you hit them, that tells us that you think we're doing a good job. And again, if you want to be notified, you hit that bell, and you'll be getting an alert whenever we put out something new. We put out new actual play every week. Posts on Fridays, and you will get a new GM tips every Monday that has to do with the episode that you saw on Friday. So it's all kind of interrelated. So if there's something that you want to us to talk about, if you have any feedback or anything, just throw it down in the comments below, or you can join us on our Discord. The information is in the info below this YouTube video. And so here we are, Chapter 3, and we're going to jump right in with Vincenzo Rossi, who was in an alley just outside of the number 18 Karaoke Lounge in Chinatown, Chicago, 2005, December. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Vahilo, but your character was there, and you were kind of checking out the scene of an accident. You went into that alley, and you talked to a homeless guy, and then Freddie T tapped you on the shoulder because he happened to be there as well.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I went in and I talked to a few people on the kind of in that area, and going into that alley to investigate a little bit more, and yeah, that's when I ran into Freddie T, or he ran into me.
Yeah, he saw you there and was like, "Hey, you're here, cool." So yeah, there you are. He's happy that you gave him some work, and he will continue to look into things for you. But what would you like to do?
Is the number 18 karaoke bar open?
At this time of day, I would say, because we said it was just when the workers were there, because he came out of there, right? So yeah, you could go in there. The workers are there. It's not like time to go, but it's open. For people to start getting ready for the evening. It's a Sunday, so it'll probably be a slow day, but you never know. The door might be locked. You might have to find some way of getting in there, though, like getting their attention or something.
Yeah, so I'll go and I'll try to knock or bang on the door.
Okay. You give it a bit. Now, the number 18 is actually in an upstairs kind of loft of this building. The door is to a stairwell down below. You rattle it enough. There's a buzzer there, too, probably for delivery. Eventually, somebody comes down the steps and kind of taps the closed sign that's hanging on the door.
Yeah, I just want to yell through the door and say, just want to have a quick chat.
Okay. Guy unlocks the door, opens it up. He's like, "Hey, man, we're closed. We don't open for a while. We're getting things kind of fixed up in here."
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to have a quick chat about the other night.
What do you mean the other night?
Well, I heard that, uh, a friend of mine, Albert Kuei, you probably know Albert. He came in here and was kind of starting things, and I heard that he hasn't been seen since.
And he's like, "What's your name?"
My name's Vinnie. Vinnie Rossi, and I'll hold out my hand to shake his hand.
Yeah, he shakes your hand. He's obviously, he looks like he's a guy that doesn't have the authority to do much. He's like, "Yeah, all right, come on up." Right, and he holds the door
Okay.
open for you. He locks it behind you. brings you up the
Thanks,
stairs.
man.
It's a pretty steep flight of stairs. Brings you up to the top
Yeah,
of the lounge there, and it's classic, bar type stuff. There's a coat check and everything like that, and the upstairs lounge is very a lot of glass and neon, kind of faux leather pleather kind of couches, like white and stuff like that. So it's kind of a
yeah,
very upbeat, poppy kind of atmosphere. There's lots of big screens around. It's obviously karaoke style. They got little microphones at the tables and stuff like that. Um,
yeah.
yeah, there's guys working in here that are busy setting up some tables, rearranging things, and the guy that brings you up is like, "Hey, shoot, this guy wants to talk about Albert." And the guy, he's dressed a little finer, but they're here to work. They're not really ready for the evening. He walks over. These guys are all Asian, right? They're not any
Yeah.
white guys or anything. They're all Asian. And he walks over. He's like, you want to talk about something about Albert?
Well, all I know is that he hasn't been seen for the last since he came in here and was kind of mixing the place up. I'm concerned about my friend.
I'm concerned about my
I
bar.
want to do I want to do well, yeah, like obviously you don't want people coming in here and mixing stuff up, but
Well, he owes me
I
a
knew I
table.
knew Albert.
He points to the glass table they're kind of unpacking and kind of setting up over there.
Well, then I guess we both have a mutual interest in tracking him down.
Well, he went out the back. He points kind of behind the bar. There's a door. That was like a week ago.
Has he ever been like that? Like,
No,
I've known him to be pretty mild mannered. Like, what was out of the ordinary that caused this, do you think?
I don't know. He came running up here right after there was an accident. Came running right up here. Looked like he was scared out of his mind. Tried to ask
Was
what
he
was
was he
wrong.
hit?
I don't know. He looked really panicked. He was holding a briefcase, and yeah, somebody just tried to. They put a hand on him to calm him down, and he put him through a table. I never
Jeez.
I never thought he was that strong,
Yeah,
and then he bolted. Guy was cut up bad.
yeah, I bet. I bet. Like this is totally out of character for Albert.
Yeah, yeah.
Like did he say anything to anyone? Did he shout or yell anything?
Whatever he said, I don't remember. He was yelling stuff, but I don't remember what he said. What are you looking
Do you
for him for?
remember it at all?
No. What are you looking for him for?
Well, I know Albert from the new Immigrant Society, right? So, we're both members of that. We both donate and help support that group, and I was called by some people there, and they're looking for him. I was in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd you know go and ask around. I heard that he came in here, so here I am.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He was usually up here to meet with Leica after they would do their thing over at the Puitak.
Right, right.
But he
And
didn't
you
even.
said he went out the back door?
Yeah, he didn't even recognize her when she was yelling at him. He
Jesus.
just pushed her out of the way. So I'd imagine that relationship's over.
Yeah. Can't see her sticking around.
Well, he's never been
Do you
violent like
mind? Do you
that.
mind? Do you mind showing me where he went? Like where the back door is, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're pretty busy.
Yeah, right. He just walks around the door. He's like, right here. Look, it's just the stairs that lead out to the emergency exit into the alley.
Okay, can I go down and I just want to say, hey, thanks for your time, and I want to go down into that alley and see if I find anything else.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's like, yeah, good luck, man. If you find him, tell him I need to talk to him.
Yeah, I know. He owes you a glass table.
Yeah. And, yeah, you head down those stairs.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's a metal door at the bottom, push bar. You opens up, and it dumps you right into the alley that you were standing in before.
Oh, so I just kind of did a big, loop or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
Okay.
he exited out, exited out right into the alley where you were talking to the guy before. Yeah.
Okay. Um, can I roll to see if I'd see anything? Like any clothing that may have been ripped on a fence or
Okay, so
anything or any blood that might be on the ground or
yeah, so basically, this is back to those investigation rules, right? So you can try to pick up some clues as to where the whereabouts are of Albert Kuei. So you know, again, it's going to be there's a certain number of successes that you need to make, or sorry, a certain number of clues rather that you need to make in order
yeah.
to uncover this. And now, just so you guys all know, each of you can be investigating the disappearance of Albert Kuei. If you guys get together, then you can exchange clues, because clues are like a piece of equipment, right? So it'd be like having a flashlight. Well, you could give a flashlight to somebody else. Well, you could give a clue to somebody else. So that's, perhaps this won't be solved unless you all get together. But it's yeah. So you can look around out in the back alley here. You've got to choose a dice
Okay.
pool that you want to use to do that.
Yeah.
So what do you think you're going to use?
Probably intelligence or wits and investigation.
Okay. And did you have a specialization in investigation?
In crime scenes.
Yeah, I'll say that this, just given the violent nature of what happened there, and probably the bolting out, it would probably apply. So you would be considered a specialist for this particular role, which means if you're successful, you get a clue that has two elements, not just one. So,
Okay.
and if you have exceptional success, you would have a clue that has three elements. So,
Okay.
yeah, you're in the alley there. This crime scene is over a week old, and the like. So the question is, are you gonna be using any willpower?
Um, yeah, I'll use willpower.
Okay, so drag out one of those gems out onto the
Yep.
plate top there, right by your character token, and yeah, so that'll give you +3. Crime scene
Yep.
is over a week old.
So that cancels that out.
Yeah. You pretty well have unrestricted access to the scene. Nobody's stopping you from looking around
Yep.
in this alley, so that'll be another +2. What's your virtue and your vice?
Virtue is resolve, or sorry, resolute.
Okay. And vice?
Vice is, oh, where's my sheet again? Arrogance.
Okay, so neither of those really apply. You are a lone investigator here, so that's -1. You're not super emotionally invested, I wouldn't say.
No,
Do you have a bit of a grudge?
I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah.
except for the case that if we don't find them, then I'm on the hook for some money to the New Immigrant Society. But
But is that a
I don't know
is
if
that
I'd
a but
necessarily
is
say
that a
that's a
motivator?
grudge.
Is that a motivator though?
That's a motivator for me.
So, um, is that a grudge?
I think the grudge would be more so if he doesn't show up, but I don't know if it's early enough to say it's a
Yeah,
grudge.
we'll see. Yeah, because we're uncertain, we'll leave it. It's not there. So, crime scene is canceled out by your willpower. You've got unrestricted access, but you're a lone investigator. So that's going to give you a total of +1 from those modifiers. Plus, you get another +1 because you're specialized. So your total modifier is going to be 2.
Okay. 3 successes.
Cool. So that means you get a clue about. You can write it down on page 3 of your character sheet, down the bottom under clues. Right. This is locating
Yep.
Albert Kuei. 2 elements, so just 2 in brackets. What sort of thing are you looking for? What sort of clue would satisfy Vinnie's search?
I think if I found any clothing, um, that would kind of be like if he ripped something, um,
Okay.
climbing a fence or if he lost a shoe or something like that.
Yeah, and don't forget it's also snowed since then too. So basically, what we're going to say is, you'll find where he hopped the fence at the end of the alley, which is something that Elliot had observed.
Yeah.
You see, there's a bit of cloth caught in the chain link fence in the there's some like withered vines and stuff like that. It's winter. In the spring or summer, it would be very lush, covered with vine. But right now, it's just some, woody plant material that can catch all sorts of stuff. There does appear to be a bit of clothing there, or cloth there. It looks like the inside lining of I guess that's kind of smooth, satiny lining on the inside of a suit jacket. It's got a bit of blood on it as well.
Okay. And you said there were 2 things?
No, you just get 2 elements. So that just means that it's a particularly potent clue. It's like a rank 2 clue or a +2 bonus clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you spend some time looking around in that alley, and you do certainly find some evidence there. What would Vinny want to do next?
Okay, so I think kind of, potentially continuing maybe to the other side of the fence to see what he would find there.
Okay, so the other side of the fence is the on-ramp to the southbound I-55 expressway. So,
Okay.
yeah, there's cars moving on the other side of the on-ramp.
So not really realistic to go on that side.
Yeah, you could make your way around and go down the sidewalk on Cermak, which is the street that runs east and west. You could cross.
Yep.
This is basically where the ramp empties onto Cermak, is that intersection. So there is a way on the other side of the on and off ramp to the interstate. There is a an overpass for the train, the L, and there's a station just on the north side of Cermak, which is across from Chinatown. So that's
Right.
kind of what that intersection is like. It's a pretty busy intersection.
Okay. Is there can I see anything just on the other side of the fence that I know you said it snowed, but maybe sticking out through the snow just on a quick check?
Yeah, there's nothing in particular there. I mean, if somebody went over this, they could run up the ramp onto the interstate, right? Went over this fence, they could run up the ramp onto the interstate, or they could run across the on-off ramp here and go under the overpass and continue east, or they could run north and cross the road street or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, there's really nothing there otherwise.
Okay. So I think I would just head back to my car.
Okay.
And then I'd want to go to my initial thing that pulled me into Chinatown, which was the car accident, and call the people that my garbage truck was in the accident with.
Okay. Cool. So we'll get back to that in a moment. We'll jump back to Elliot
Okay.
Payne. Elliot, there you are. You guys were in the park. I think you cracked open that suitcase or
Yep, threw away the
briefcase,
suitcase.
and you found. Wait, I thought you kept it just
No.
hit it again?
Oh, I did keep it. Yeah, I reburied it. You're right. I reburied it.
Yeah, you put it back in the cache. Yeah, just empty now. Okay, you've got the book. What are you doing with the book?
I'm taking some pictures of shit because we had a discussion about it. We have no idea what the fuck it is, but we know that we can go back to the university. Maybe we'll find something about it.
Okay, cool. So now
I took some pictures of it. Took some pictures of it because I want to bring it with me because it seems pretty like old and like important. I put it in a Ziploc bag.
Yep.
And
And
Anyways,
put it in your backpack, sort of thing, or
yeah, it's my backpack.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going to make your way back north to the University of Illinois.
Well, I'll make her feel better too because she want to be this far south, right?
Yeah. She's feeling pretty antsy there.
Yeah.
And then you were in the process of opening up some doors with her, right, to get her to trust you.
Oh yeah, I'm almost indoors, baby.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to do then before you went back north, or?
I kind of wanted to so one of the things I tried was parkour. It didn't really work that well, right? I think the other thing we tried was I told her something. She told me something. I think was that
you had you had tried to show her some ways of getting by on the streets. That didn't work. You hadn't quite showed her some parkour moves or anything like that. But what you had done was you had told her something about yourself, right? And showed her this cache that you had, right?
Yeah.
Trying to basically show her something secret about yourself to open it up, and that one worked.
Yes.
So I think you're down. I think you have 2 more doors that need to be opened.
So I'm gonna try to show her some parkour.
Okay. So just trying how to get away from things and the like.
Yeah, because I kind of how to like jump properly, maybe like run and jump properly. She might need to like jump over a fence or something like that, and it's kind of important to be able to jump properly.
Okay. Cool. So you have an excellent impression with her, okay?
Good.
But you had failed. You had failed one of those social maneuvering checks before, and so a failure is a cumulative -1 penalty. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could reduce your impression from excellent to good, and that would give you a beat. Or you can maintain it at excellent, and you can take the -1 penalty.
I'm gonna try the -1 right now because I feel like I have a good thing going on there, so maybe that'll work.
Cool. So, you're basically gonna kind of. I'm assuming you're in that park still. You're gonna find some equipment or something like that you can kind of do some stuff on.
Yeah, like some like monkey bars or some shit like that, or like a mini fence.
Cool.
Yeah.
So just to remember, it's been snowy and icy. Okay.
Yep.
So you're going to be. You're going to have to move slow, or if you're moving at full speed, you're going to be at a bigger penalty.
Sure.
Okay. So how are you doing it? Moving slow? Moving...
Move slow, yeah. I'm not going to, like, rush it, because obviously she needs to know the moves, right?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So you're at -2 penalty there, minus another 1 because of your previous failure. So you're going to be a total of -3 penalty on this roll.
What am I rolling exactly?
Well,
like,
what would you roll for parkour? Probably dexterity and athletics, yeah?
Yeah, dexterity, athletics, and I have parkour.
Okay, and what's that give you?
2-point merit.
Okay, let's take a look at page 3. You should see what it gives you for each of those points.
Parkour. Where are you? Parkour. Here it is trained and proficient at free running. Free running is the art of moving fluidly. Mm-hmm. This is the type of sword. So I have flow. My character reacts instinctively to any obstacles with leaps, jumps, and scaling techniques. That's number 1. Cat leap. Your character falls with outstanding grace. When using dexterity plus athletics roll to mitigate damage from falling, your character gains 1 automatic success.
Okay. So
additionally, add parkour rating to the threshold of damage that can be removed.
Oh, there you go. So what it is from the first one there, from flow, you can ignore environmental penalties to athletics rolls equal to 2. So the -2, as long as you're going slow, you're not penalized there. You could go full speed and you'd only be penalized by -2.
Nah, I'll go slow.
Okay.
I'll go with the flow.
There you go. See, look at you. You're all... Yeah, and if you fall, we will say that your parkour will make it so that you don't get damaged. That's cool. All right, so you're just at a -1 then, from just failing before. Yeah.
I think this will work without me having to do anything else. Hopefully. I have 5 dice. Hoping this works without having to use any willpower. Because, reasons. If I do fall, though, is it an act of charity that I'm trying to help her? I'm just curious. I'm like self-sacrificing my body.
You'd have to. It has to be of a detriment to you before you're doing it, right? Like, so like you have to suffer for doing it, not by accident, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, like you're giving up something. So.
All right, I'll try this and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And there's no
-1 modifier. Yeah.
-1.
From the fact that you had failed previously.
Oh right.
Yeah. All right. So
Cue the people falling on ice montage.
Well, this is just he was fine. He didn't fall on the ice.
Just didn't learn anything.
He just didn't impress her, right? It didn't make her feel at ease as he was showing her how to get around on things and the like. Yeah. So again, with the failure, you can now accumulate a -2 penalty, or you can worsen your impression and take a beat.
I'll take a beat.
Okay, you can take the beat. All right, there you go. And we'll worry about cashing out at the end. So that means you're now down to good, and that means you can only make one impression on her, or sorry, one chance to open doors a day. So you won't be able.
Is that my one chance already?
You've already done a few, right? It's just now your impression has dropped. So today you've already used up that. So
sure. All right, sounds good.
Yeah, cool. So you're looking at heading back to the university. You said in the north,
right? Yeah, library. Yeah.
Okay, the university library at the University of Illinois, where you guys were before.
Yep.
All right, cool. So you'll transition up that way, and that will take a little bit of time, but you do get there, and
then we're back.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's getting a little bit later in the day as you guys manage to hop transit and take things around, and you spent several hours, right? Because you have to roll once per hour, and you try to do 3 things with her. So there was the kind of ways of the street, showing her your hidden cache, and then the parkour. So that's at least 3 hours worth of time you spent doing that stuff, plus the travel from the university originally, plus the travel back. So you're probably into the middle of the afternoon, if not late afternoon. So.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll be like, hey, you want to go straight there, or do you want to get something to eat first?
Well, we should get something to eat.
All right. You want to go north, obviously?
Well, just away from north of the river is better.
North of the river. All right. That sounds good. So we start heading that way before we hit the L. We got something to eat. Anything you usually like? What do you usually fancy?
I don't know. Noodles.
Okay. The Asian kind or the Caucasian kind?
I don't know. I like the noodle packages. They're the ones that you had the hot water. The Ichiban.
Anyways, cool. Cool. Is Chinatown north? I don't even know if Chinatown's north.
There is a North Chinatown. It's quite a ways. You could make your way to Chinatown south on transit, but Chinatown north is quite a ways away. That said, you can probably find Chinese food that's not authentic, but you do usually find a good handout in Chinatown south.
Sounds good. All right. I'm not going to go to south because that's where she does not want to go. Instead, I'll head and go to some American-style Chinese food that's on the way.
Okay, cool.
Panda Express or something like that.
Yeah, you find you'll be able to find your way there somehow. I'm sure.
Sure. We walk.
Yeah, and you guys have enough cash from the guy that you robbed to certainly buy some food.
Yeah.
And
I'll do so.
yeah, so you guys are eating in the lake. And
Wait, is that an act of charity then? I'm just
So-
curious. Like, I'm buying her food. Is that an act of charity? I'm just curious.
if you suffer for it, then you would. If you're looking at getting your willpower back again.
Well, the reason I ask is because like I don't have very much money. I have to steal to make money. So like anytime if I'm buying food for her, I am technically suffering because of it. I'm not taking any damage for it, but I'm definitely suffering because of it.
Yeah. So this is how it works. Okay. So I have to judge that your character's actions during the scene reflect your virtue while posing you difficulty or risk. Okay. You regain all this, right? So despite X circumstances, my character is going to act, in this case, charitably by doing something, right? So what are the circumstances?
Well, the circumstance that I'm poor, I'm a street urchin, and I have to steal for money, so I don't have very much of it.
Okay.
Therefore, it poses me difficulty because I don't have much money.
Okay.
And I'm paying for two. Like I'm not like I'm paying for myself. I'm paying for two people.
Yeah, I would say then if you expend the cash that you have, the dot of cash that you have,
Yeah.
for basically taking care of her this day, then
Yeah.
yeah, I would let you regain your willpower.
Thank God, and I will do that for sure.
Yeah. So your willpower again is what, 6?
15. 6, yes.
There you go. You should be back to full.
Oh, you know what you should have? You should have like one of those like one-up noises every time you do that.
Oh. Yeah, and a little
Or
green
like when you-
mushroom
or-
flying across the screen.
Or when you hit the coin noise, ding, that's coin noise.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you lose one, you go choo choo choo. It's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie.
yeah. Because Chronicles of Darkness has Mario written all over it.
Well, it could. There's pipes and sewers
That's true. And piranha plants.
and Goombas.
Yeah, and I bet you could find a go-kart.
I'm sure you could find a go-kart. And if I'm eating any like ducks, I'll make sure I jump on them first.
Oh, good. That's good.
Anywho, cool. So yeah, we got some noodles, and as we're grabbing some noodles, I just want to ask you, like, so I have to ask this: why do you think that your family was attacked?
Why do I think they were attacked?
Well, you said they were attacked, right?
Yeah.
Was there? Do you think there was like a motive behind that? Was it a random thing that someone just walked, something like a monster just walked into your house and attacked them, or do you think there was a reason?
No, it's because of who my family is.
Who's your family?
It's an old family. Back in Europe.
So do you think someone was sent from Europe to attack you?
Not that they were sent, but just that there's a legacy that my family made enemies. That's all. And now, right, and she kind of hangs her head and sniffles a bit, right? She's like, and now my mom and my aunt are gone.
So I'm sorry to bring this up again, but were they important figures, your mom and your aunt? Or was it your dad that was important? Or all three?
All of them. But my family.
Okay.
My dad told me about the family after it happened.
After what happened?
After they got killed.
I thought you didn't speak with your dad. You ran away.
I ran away after he was trying to explain it to me. Just because
What did you... Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
there's just no way I would have been safe.
Did your dad tell you to go away?
No, he told me to stay.
Right. So you felt unsafe even with your dad.
Yeah, because it's still the family.
And so I'm obviously a little I'm obviously taken back as a character because I don't really fully understand.
Yeah.
What did your family do back in Europe?
Right, and she kind of just stabs the chopsticks into the noodles. She just looks at you and she's like, Elliot, what does it matter to you? And I actually need to make a bit of a roll.
Failed.
No, exceptional success. So
I know, it's awful.
yeah,
You just say you failed.
and she's like, what does it matter to you? I don't want to go back there. I don't want to relive it. Right, and she's basically making a scene in the restaurant there, and and she's like, just leave me alone. And she kind of stands up and kind of rushes out of the restaurant.
I will rush after her.
Okay.
I am gonna eat. I am gonna eat one last noodle before I go. But I am.
There's that real empathy.
Well, I paid for this shit. I'm gonna eat it, man. Can I walk out with it? Can I get? Is there a carry box or something?
It's
like that?
it's in like the little fold-up box. You can take it with you.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely carrying the box. Then I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, noodle literally hanging out of my mouth while I'm chasing him. Russia, come on!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Eventually, when I finally swallow the noodle, I'll say, "Karen, come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you."
Okay, so you're gonna have to do something to calm her down. So look at your skills, look at your abilities. Because she's not. Yeah.
All right. I have fast talk to persuade her, and I can manipulate her.
Yeah. So you're trying to persuade her into, like, you're trying to fast talk her into what? What are you trying to talk her into?
Like that, like that everything's going to be okay, and to like come back into the store so we can finish our meal essentially, and that I didn't mean to like hurt her.
Okay.
I just wanted to get to know her better. Is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to persuade her to just get to know her better. Like what I'm like. I just want to know who I'm with. I don't know anything about her.
Yeah, you're trying to talk your way out of the scene there. Okay, cool.
Huh.
It's going to be penalized by her composure.
Yeah. I'd argue that she should get a negative. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, she could be penalized. Yeah, that's not but I would say that she's also not in a state to be reasoned with, right? To talk, So yeah, it would probably, she doesn't have to be composed to have her composure, right? So.
Fair enough. I will use a willpower before you ask.
Okay.
Then
cool.
To negate her -3 that I'm going to get, I'm sure.
Okay.
Continue.
Cool. Drag her out there. Toss it on the.
Just had all these 6 fighters.
Cool.
Sorry, Teku and Golgi.
All right.
Take a while.
Yeah. So that will negate the thing. So you do your manipulation plus persuasion, and if you're specialized in fast talking, then you can try to fast talk your way out of the situation there.
1. Oh, come on. Why is this? Submit. Please work.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Says it's I just don't want to talk about it. I just want to get away from it.
I understand. I get what you're saying. You want to get away from pain. That's why I ran away as well. But at one point, you're going to probably have to deal with it. As am I.
This is how I'm dealing with it, she says.
Yes, and we all deal with pain a certain way. But working through pain is also really important too. If you're constantly stuck in that painful area, you're never going to grow. You're never going to be better. And you do want to be better, don't you?
Yeah. And she's kind
Then
of
we gotta work.
standing in the cold there, shivering.
Well, then we got to work at it. I know I'm not perfect. I'm going to say things that are, out of pocket, but I'm working through shit too. And I think I need you as much as you need me.
And she just says, I need more noodles.
Let's get back inside. It's fucking cold out here.
Yeah. Where are we gonna go tonight?
There's another shelter. It's north.
Okay.
We'll get there early enough to get a seat.
I hope so.
But let's finish up and let's go to the library.
Isn't it kind of late on a Sunday?
We have like an hour, right?
Okay.
Right, storyteller?
Well, it's yeah.
I break the fourth wall and just like look at the storyteller.
You could get there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so let's just finish up real quick here and let's head there. It'll be nice and warm too.
Cool. All right, we'll jump back to Vinnie because the other two are a day ahead. So, hello, Vinnie.
All right.
All right, so it's probably early afternoon for you on the Sunday.
Yeah. So again, I want to call this this couple that apparently my garbage truck rear-ended.
Yep. You call them up and they're
So-
like, "Hello."
Hi, it's just Vincenzo Rossi from Rossi Waste Disposal. Just giving you another call back just regarding that accident from last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We haven't.
Just wondering if I was just wondering if you considered my proposal.
Well, yeah. We need to talk to some people first. It hasn't even been a day yet.
Yeah, I just don't know if the two of you have talked about it as a couple there.
Well, we're still kind of deciding on it.
All right. Well, I'm just here in Chinatown, just kind of at the scene of the accident there.
Yeah.
And I went and I talked to a few people who were witnesses, and I got some security camera footage, and I can tell you if this is something that goes to court. I don't know how good it looks for you guys.
Okay. So you're gonna have to do a manipulation and probably persuasion here or intimidation. But which one are you trying to be? More of a threat or more of a convincing?
I think convincing right now.
Okay, so persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna spend willpower.
Okay.
I'll drop a beat here. Did one go?
Yep. There it is.
Okay. 3 successes.
And well, hold on. Sorry. It would have been against their composure. So.
Oh, okay.
So your negative modifier would have been 2. So you would have had a total positive modifier of 1. So just give a reroll with a 1.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
I'll roll again.
Yeah. Same
3
thing.
successes.
All right. Looks like the fate is in your favor there. And they're like, we'll get back to you real quick about this. And they do. They'll get back to you within the hour. They'll have decided to take your offer and just resolve it through a buyout.
Okay.
So that should do well for that particular aspiration of yours. As you're driving, I guess, home at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking I might go to the shop and figure out what Freddie T is going to do tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you head over to the shop, and yeah, you actually get a. Does Freddie T have your phone number or just your beeper number? I can't remember.
Just my beeper number.
Okay. Yeah. You get a page to call. The number looks like it belongs to Freddie.
Okay. So yeah, I'll call it as I'm driving there.
Okay. Cool. It's like, Vinny.
Freddie, I told you I'd have some work for you tomorrow. I don't got anything for you today.
No, Vinny, we got seen
What do you mean we got seen?
in the alley
By who?
by the guy that runs the what's it called? The Chinese Business Association there.
Okay, and what's his issue?
He asked what we were doing in Chinatown.
Yeah, I was looking into the accident that my truck had with the car.
That's what I told him. I said there was an accident, and he wants to know why your truck was in Chinatown. I said, I don't know.
He was working.
Yeah, but man, they control the businesses.
Yeah, is it illegal to drive a truck in Chinatown?
Well, he's not stupid, Vinny. But he told me to tell you. Talk to him.
Okay, you got a number for him?
It's the Chinese
Or
Consolidated
how about...
Benevolent Association.
Oh, okay.
David is his name.
Yeah, I'll
David
give
Wei.
him a call at some time.
Yeah, okay. You tell him I passed it on, though.
Yeah, sure thing, Freddie.
Okay. Okay, and thanks for the work, man.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning at the shop.
Yeah.
Be on time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks, Vinny. You're the best.
I'll just hang up the phone.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Are you doing anything about that today, or are you going to do that tomorrow?
What's that?
You
I'll
doing
call him
anything?
tomorrow.
Okay, sounds cool. We'll jump back to Elliot real
Yeah,
quick. You
all right.
guys make it back to the library? You and Karen?
What? We do.
Yep. Cool. There you are. Just before the library's closing.
No. You come in. Open the door for her.
Yep.
You can go to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a bell?
There's a person. So you can still ring the bell if you want to, but there's a person there.
I'll ring it anyways.
Yep. Bing. They kind of silence the bell. Hi.
Hi. Listen, this is gonna sound really, really weird, but do you know what this is? And then I show my phone with this writing on it,
And
or what like language it is, or like.
so it's not really my specialty. I'm just a clerk here. Did you
Well,
find?
clerk, I'm Elliot. Sorry.
Hi, Elliot. Yeah. Did you find something, or where did you get that? It's really hard to make out what it is. When you look at the picture, you can see that it didn't really capture the words very well. None of the pictures that you took captured the language that was written on the book very well. It looks like
Okay,
something's there, but it looks peculiarly blurry compared to the rest of the picture.
Right. Oh, okay. Like the rest of the picture's fine, but that part of the picture's not.
But the actual words are very blurry. Yeah.
Okay. No, I was like, yeah, I was in an old pawn shop and I saw this book, and I thought this is some pretty weird writing, and didn't know whether I should buy it or not. The guy wanted a lot of money for it, but I was like,
Was it a particularly old book?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
But if you have someone who can translate it or something, that'd be cool.
well, I was watching a show on the, Home and Garden Network about, this lady who bought a pretty vintage book at a pawn shop and ended up making quite a bit of money. You know, it might, if you've got the money to buy it and it's cheap, you might actually end up making something off of it if it's particularly old.
How would I sell that? Who would I sell that to make that much money?
Well, probably a collector of some sort. But I can tell you that, you know, it's it would depend on the book and having it being valuable of some sort. I mean, did it have a title?
It did, but it was in the same kind of weird language I didn't even understand.
Was it in good repair?
It looked like it was hot off the press.
So brand new.
Well, as good as this old book looks, like brand new, like your kind of old books over here. Look at these things.
Okay. Well, Elliot, I don't know what I can tell you here. I mean, if I could see the book, I might be able to direct you to somebody who could help you. I might be able to identify whether it's, you know, Oriental language or an Arabic type language or some other European language or African or something like that. But I can't tell from those pictures.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna turn to Karen here. Be do you remember anything about the book?
Well, it was really weird looking. Like, it didn't look like an alphabet that I remember seeing before.
You remember any of the letters or characters?
And she's kind of starting to make hand symbols. Like, there was one that kind of looked like this, and there was one that kind of looked like that, and
yeah, I was yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, and the clerk is just looking at you guys maybe she slides forward a piece of paper and a pencil. Maybe you could draw them.
Can I try to draw it, or she tries to draw it?
Yeah, you can try to draw it. She'll start, and what she starts drawing, that doesn't seem to be what you remember.
What do you mean?
She's drawing very angular looking symbols, and you remember very smooth, curvy type symbols.
Okay, give me a shot. What do I need to roll?
You don't need to roll anything. This is just you're drawing what you remember.
Okay, sounds good.
And she's like, "No, Elliot, that's not what was in the book," says Karen. They looked more like this. She points to the ones that she was drawing.
Sure. And so, we give them both. We're it could be one of these kinds of things. Memory's kind of blurry. So is this picture, obviously, but it seems pretty ancient. Got anybody in ancient studies?
This is just the library, you know. But if you, like I said, if you had the book, we could take a look at it. But I don't even know who I could direct you to about these symbols.
I give Karen a very long look. We give a big sigh. I'm all right, fine. I'll show you the book. I have it. Don't touch it.
Okay, says the.
You stay over there. Got a clerk? That is your real name.
Yeah,
open up my bag.
She's looking at you like you've got some serious problems. And, she can tell how you're dressed and things like that. Like, you're,
Well, we both got new jackets, remember?
Oh, yeah, but you don't smell the best.
Hey, right. Chinese food smells just fine. You're the American. Anyways, I have the Ziploc bag with the book in it.
Okay. She says, so you
now
bought it.
Yep.
Okay, looks kind of old, she says. Can I take it out of the bag?
I'll take it out of the bag.
Okay, you take it out of the bag.
I very slowly take it out of the bag, kind of thing. I kind of lay it down there. Do you want me to flip the pages for you?
If that's what you prefer, she says.
All right, so I flip the pages very carefully with I take a little, I don't know, a stick or something like that. I flip it really carefully.
Or use the pencil or something like that. Or,
yeah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Did the symbols look more like mine or hers? Just curious.
They don't look like anything that either of you drew, she says, but I I can't say that we would have anybody around right now that could take a look at this. You could bring it back tomorrow, and we could try
really
to
bust my balls here. So go ahead.
I'll let you finish
All right.
crinkling there. Yeah, she says, I don't really know what I can do. I can offer to keep it safe here for you, but you can take it back with you. It's your book.
Yeah.
It's up to you what you want to do with it, but it's...
All right, well, if you... is it tomorrow, you said?
No, you could bring it by tomorrow. There's probably going to be... You're going to have more success on a Monday than you would on a Sunday night. So...
Okay, well...
Just having somebody around that might be able to take a look at it.
Okay. Well, that sucks, but I guess all I'll have to do. I guess we'll come back another day and make another trip. It is pretty hard to get all the way up here, though. I'm just throwing it out there. Don't you have anyone around?
I can ask one of the other clerks to take a look at it, too, but neither of us are trained in ancient languages. We're just librarians.
Okay. Yeah, let's give a second opinion. Let's go for that.
Okay. She kind of entertains you, calls over the other person, and they take a look at it, and they're like, I've never seen anything like that. You know.
That's what clerk said over here. It's ridiculous. Okay. Well, I thought I'd give it a shot, but I guess not.
I'm sorry. I guess if you bring it back, we might be able to find somebody that can help you.
Okay.
They'll probably want to take a much closer look at it, though.
Right. Well, I'll just write down this number. And, have you, maybe in the morning, if you know anyone that will be interested in, to give me a shout. I'm going to slide this piece of paper over. It's like a chit.
Okay. Well, thank you, Elliot. We'll let you know.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Got the book, put it back in ziplock the book, and then put it in my bag. And all right, Karen. Well, I'm sorry I wasted your time, but let's go to that place before it gets too dark.
Okay, she says. That's really weird that you and I didn't see the same thing in that book.
What do you mean?
Well, what you drew isn't what I drew.
I know, but we were both wrong, weren't we?
Well, at least that's what they said, but I don't know what they saw.
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah, we were really far off. We weren't even close.
Well, I mean...
Strange.
Yeah. But... Can we stop and look at the book again?
Sure. So before we leave, we just find like a little mini table with a lamp on it and sit down. Open the book up.
Okay.
All right. What are you looking for?
She says, I'm just, like, on this page, what do you see?
And I guess, I get another little mini piece of paper, I guess, and with a pen, like one of those, like, golf pencils.
Well, just trace it with your finger, she says.
Okay. And so I trace it with my fingers?
Yeah, she says, what you're tracing isn't what I see as a letter.
You mean this one right here?
Yeah.
And I point to it, like this one right here?
Yeah, she's like, no, what I see is this. And she traces a different thing. It's not even like overlapping on the letter where you were, right? Like it's...
Right.
Right, like it's, kind of going through it and around it and stuff like that. But it's just like, I don't see the same thing as you.
Whoa. What is it? Just curious. Is it in a different color too? What color do I see it in? I'm just curious.
It's like a blue-black ink for you.
Oh. Did she see the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, at least that's maybe it's the chow mein. Who knows? Could have been that. Let's
I don't think so. She starts flipping pages. What about here? And you guys kind of go through the same thing again. And it's like, Elliot, what kind of book is this?
That's strange. I've never read a book like this before.
Okay.
Obviously, it's not in the right language, but it's kind of weird that it's different for you than what I see.
Yeah.
You think it's like a magic book or something?
So, it's just a magic book, right?
Well, it's pretty crazy. It's not like a hologram or anything like that. It's like, obviously, if you're seeing something, I'm seeing something different. Someone's playing tricks on us, or it's magic. Like, where do you see things like this? I can't explain it.
I don't know, but I'm going to give you a beat and I'm going to ask you to make a breaking point check.
Damn, I knew this was coming. I knew it.
Because this is, yeah, because this is something that's kind of rattling your world.
Yeah. So I knew I fucked up. I was trying to word it, but okay. Continue.
No, the wording wouldn't have done it. But so it's resolve plus composure for you. You get a +1 because your integrity is at 7.
Sorry, resolve plus composure.
Yeah.
And sorry, what else do I get?
You'll get a +1 because your integrity is at a 7.
Okay.
And
roll it.
No, we're just kind of gonna take a look. What's your virtue?
My virtue is charity.
And your vice?
It's envy.
Okay. Yeah, just a -1 for witnessing a supernatural occurrence or a non-violent supernatural thing. Yeah.
So -1 +1 then?
Yeah, so you're just rolling your straight roll. Okay.
Not my day.
No. So, you do lose a dot of integrity. And either you are, it says guilty, shaken, or spooked. I would say you're either shaken or you're spooked. Either this has kind of rattled you or it's kind of captivated you.
I'm going to say it probably has captivated me a little bit.
Okay.
I'm like kind of astonished that it's different.
Cool. So you are
a little pissed off I did not get a success after 6 freaking die.
I know. Welcome to my world.
More astonished about that than anything else.
Yeah. So there you go. So you are spooked. And again, if we take a look, just click on it and hit Z and you can see
I read
what it
it.
does.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. You can shed this condition when your character's fear and fascination causes her to do something that hinders the group or complicates things. She goes off alone to investigate a strange noise, stays up all night researching and runs away instead of holding her ground, etc.
Yeah.
Shed the condition.
Exactly. Cool. All right. Cool. And so you guys make your way to a shelter. You buckle down. And that will bring us to the end of Sunday, which means everybody's going to get back a point of willpower for having slept. And we will pick up next time with our intrepid adventurers here, Christopher Sloan and Grayson Bridger. So thank you everybody for tuning into this first part of Chapter 3. We will be back again with the next part. If you like what you heard, hit subscribe, hit that bell, put some comments down below, and we'll see you next time. And remember, if you can't roll high, you can always hang with us at Initiative 0.